Timothy, what stands out about the challenge from the Islanders tonight?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit of a different challenge to have some speedy forwards, play good D zone. So I think we, focus on our game and just try and keep the momentum from our last couple of games.
Why do you think you guys have kind of turned the corner defensively and played a better game in your own zone the last few?
I don't know. I think we got a lot of good efforts from every guy in the lineup, and just play a little smarter with the puck. Not as many turnovers and stuff like that. So just keep the puck within the team and break teams down.
What stands out to you about Martin Jones and the time that he's been up here?
Yeah, he's been great. A lot of good saves. Has kept us in games, and I think everyone's stepped their game up, as I said, and I think that's why we've been winning as a lead.
What's it like having Ilya back around the group?
Yeah, good. We love Ilya, so good to have him back. Could see him in practice yesterday, so it's good.
What do you think it would mean to Willie to be named to All-Star team?
I don't know. I think he'd be happy. I think he deserves to be there. Obviously, having a great year, so I think we're all hoping to see him there.
Are you kind of surprised that he's never been named yet?
Well, yeah, maybe. We got some good players on our team, so it's not a easy thing to go to from our team. But I think this year he deserves it.
With the team playing better defensively, what's that done for the confidence in your game?
I don't know. I think obviously it's nice to keep the puck out of our net, keep building confidence that way. But yeah, I don't know what to answer. And that obviously feels good being good defensively.
What's the atmosphere like playing in this building? Obviously, those fans, they haven't forgotten John left and all that.
Yeah, no, it's every time I played here, it's been a good atmosphere. So it should be fun tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, just a really awkward situation. Just got like a sick caught in my skate and fell awkwardly back onto my knee and just kind of twisted it wrong, and just wasn't a lot of discomfort there and just didn't feel right to me, and it kind of felt a little more serious than it was when it was when I was exiting the ice, but I kind of just had to let it settle down and kind of ease it up, and it started to feel good by the end of the day.
Good to go tonight then?
Yeah, 100%. I felt good. That's why I wanted to get out there. I didn't get a skate long enough yesterday, and I just wanted to warm up and no troubles with it at all. So that was good. There was no pain, so it was good.
How much relief is there when you start to realize that it's not as serious as it originally felt?
That's kind of first where my head went. Right away when I felt that pain is that that's a scary injury to have, around that area. Obviously, it takes you off for a long time. So I was happy that it was just nothing serious, and could play today, and just really fortunate that that it was nothing serious, and I could move on from it.
When did you start feeling better? Like after you left the ice?
Yeah, it only took honestly an hour or two after the ice for it to settle down. I just didn't. Just haven't really felt that sensation in my knee before the way I fell on it. So just was a scary situation, very awkward for me, and I just wanted to make sure that I was 100% before I kind of hopped back on the ice.
So you never had any sort of knee issue before, like in playing?
No, I've never really felt that kind of pain or that kind of instance before, so I didn't really know what to expect, and that's kind of where I felt a little nauseous that I didn't want it to be too serious, but I'm, again, fortunate that it didn't end up being like that.
What have you noticed about how the teams played defensively during this last stretch here?
I think we played really well defensively. And I think we've held teams to a low scoring. I think we all, kind of dialed in our structure a lot, taking care of our end before playing offense, and I think that's, kind of helped us win hockey games these past, few games, and I think the guys are just trying to roll and keep that kind of going.
You surprised John still gets booed in this building, or does that make sense considering what you know about American fans, you with New York fans?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's I'm not really too shocked. I guess I I've heard about it. I heard stories that it happens, but I think I don't think anyone kind of looks forward to hearing those. Obviously he's a great player and huge leader on our team, but it's kind of a weird circumstance there.
Thanks, man. Why do you prefer the morning? Sheldon was saying, rather than the practice, you almost prefer the morning skate. Is that how you kind of approach these kind of game days?
Yeah, whenever there's the option between the two, I think I like on a game day. For me, for whatever reason, it just, I guess, I don't know if it's being a bit older or anything like that, just get the body going and keeping it going on a game day, I think helps. And then, not that you don't like the practice, but I think it's obviously a good time to get some rest here. I think we have a lot of games, 4 games this week or whatever it is, and it's a good opportunity just to take yesterday's practice. I think it was smart. It wasn't a long practice, but just to give the body and mind a little bit of a break on a travel day.
What are you liking about the team right now? 4 straight wins, 3 goals given up. Like, what are you liking about the team?
Well, I think our defense, defensively, our defensive game, I shouldn't say defense, forwards would get mad at me, but no, defensively, I think as a group we've played well. We've committed to not making big mistakes, trying to tighten it up in our own zone, obviously, and then you see with that you get rewarded. Like last game we got rewarded offensively, the game before that as well. So, just overall commitment to playing defense I think helps win games in this league. So we got to continue that. We know, tonight playing against the Islanders, a big, heavy team. It seems like they play with a lot of detail too. So it'll be a good game.
That game against Columbus, like the turning point right after that, like you guys go play Carolina, it's a tough team. You guys are pretty good 5-on-5, and then it's kind of been smooth sailing the rest of the way defensively.
I think that Columbus game was an eye-opener a little bit. We played well. I thought we didn't give up much, but when we did, we gave up big scoring chances that ended up in our net. So, I thought for me, just it's hard to remember far back at all, but I feel like the Carolina game was a game where it really felt like we were playing well. We were actually behind in that game a few goals, I think, and we just didn't change the way we played, which was nice to see. We didn't take big chances. We didn't give up big goals, and then from that game on, I really feel like it took the next step where we started getting results, and then guys start believing, and obviously more and more in the process. So. I think it's been good since then.
You saw a lot of Martin Jones when you guys were both in the Pacific Division. What have you learned about him as a teammate that you didn't know as an opponent?
Not a whole lot more. I always knew Jonesy as he looked so calm and collected in there all the time. I think that's a lot of what you see. He's really, really patient, really calm. He reads the play really well. Maybe the one thing I didn't know is how he played the puck. He plays the puck really well, comes out of his net. Stops a lot of pucks, plays it well, usually makes the right decision with the puck, which is as a D-man goes a long way. So, I mean he's a veteran guy who's been around for a long time, and just playing against him over the years, it's pretty consistent, he's pretty solid back there. And then, talking to a lot of the guys in Seattle last year, they just mentioned how great he was for them last year and how basically, helped them with that big push they had to get into the playoffs. So, he's been great for us, and hopefully we keep playing well in front of him and we keep it going.
What's it like having Ilya back around the team, and is there anything you guys can do as teammates to kind of lift him up during this time?
Oh yeah, it's great. It's always good. I think Sammy's he's a funny guy. He's a guy I enjoy being around. I think a lot of the guys enjoy being around a lot. He's got a good attitude on him. Good little bit of a jokester at the card table and stuff like that on the plane. But he's great. I think obviously whenever you see a teammate go through a little bit of a struggle in the season, you want to help them out any way you can. But it's great to see him. He's working his ass off out there in practice, and we know he'll get back in the game. We got to play well when he gets back in there.
Morgan Riley's never been named to an All-Star game. How surprising is that?
Oh, it's because he's been around guys who he's had 2 or 3 guys here in front of him for so long that it's tough to jump ahead of those guys. But obviously Moles deserves to be an all-star. He's probably deserved to be in a bunch of games already in his career, but just the way the format works out. But yeah, the one being in Toronto and hometown would be nice.
You surprised the fans here still boo Johnny?
I don't know. I guess not really. I think a lot like Toronto, a very passionate fan base. So yeah, I mean it was a situation where happened a long time ago, but I think Johnny, as professional as he is, he still probably hears it a little bit and thinks about it a bit, but it doesn't affect his game at all. So that's the main thing.
How are you feeling?
Great. Everything is good. I was happy to see everybody in the locker room, and yeah, everything's good.
What was the biggest benefit of being away from the NHL and having that time alone for a week or so?
Well, I don't want to talk about this a lot. I feel really positive. I'm stay positive all the time. I stick working. I'm trying to do my best in the ice and in the gym, wherever it is. I'm just ready with everything, and I'm just wait some time. What time I will have a chance to play.
What was your reaction to going on waivers and going down to the minors?
I think it's same reaction, same like everybody. Yeah. Hard to say about this. Yes, you're sad. Yeah, you're sad, and but it's probably nice signal for your brain and your body. Man, wake up and you need a back on track and working hard as you can.
Brad said he talked to you about the decision, tried to explain that it was just done to kind of help with your development. You kind of felt the same way?
We did talk with him before the situation, before waivers. Yeah, I did talk with him.
When do you think you'll be ready to play again?
Most important, I'm in a positive right now, positive level. Brain is ready. I see a puck well. This is mostly important for me. Simple details. That's it. It's what's my concentration right now.
Look like you got a new mask paint job with the former players on there. Is that just like a fresh start, or what led to?
Let's go with it like that. Let's go with it like that.
Oh.
What's it like to be back around the guys?
Unbelievable. Yeah, what time we see guys, 7 days is a long time. We like a family, everybody, it's in a locker room. It's your second family. I'm happy to see everybody. Yeah, and just to talk about how guys get some road trip. Yeah, it's nice.
How open would you be playing a game for the Marlies if you were asked to?
It will be, we will be talking about this. I don't want to talk about this because it's not right now. I'm focused just what's going on right now. Yeah.
What you guys got to be aware of against the Islanders?
Aggressive team offensively. They're going to come to the net hard. Puck's going to go to the net. A great goaltending. They play well in transition, and they also kind of, they almost bait you into some of those plays where you want to put the puck to the middle of the ice and they turn on it really quickly. They defend the middle of the ice really well. So, and when you play in here, it's a tough environment and tough game, all those kind of things. I think the biggest thing for us is just it's going to be a different type of game than we've played here of late. Different type of opponent, different type of challenge. And we've talked about that. I believe we're prepared for that. It might take us a little bit to recalibrate a little bit, but those are the things that we're focused on today.
A lot of relief as a coach to see Matthew and I go down and practice like that and then find out it's not nearly as serious as maybe it first looked.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, as a coach, you don't really have much choice but to press on, both with the practice and the lineup and whatever it might be. But when you find out that he's okay and available, certainly is good news.
Blue Line has so much traction right now, playing so well, but What's the balance of maybe trying to get a guy like Connor Timmins back in the lineup, or is it just this is the situation, he just has to practice?
This is the situation right now. You know, we like you said, we think we found a pretty good groove here, both in how we've played as a team and how the defense as a whole has played, and how the pairs have meshed together. So for the time being, while we're healthy, we don't see a reason to change. So both Timmins and, like I said, you know, they gotta stay ready, maximize every rep that they can. Both those players have been in this type of situation before, and that's you know, sort of the reality of the league when these things happen.
It's always an emotional game whenever John comes back here. What's it like on the bench when, like, and does it fuel the players when you can feel that kind of passion against or toward?
I don't think there's anything additional to it in terms of fuel or anything, but it creates an environment, you know, which you come in here for a midweek game, and so, you know, sometimes in the league, those midweek games can be a little quiet and different, and it brings a little more to it for sure.
I know part of the goalie move was to get Hill to be back with the Marlies, get him a game, but what do you think it does for Ilya to be around the guys again and kind of feel that camaraderie?
Yeah, sure. I'm sure it gives him a boost, you know. So yeah, that's it. He's put in the work, like I said yesterday, and give him a boost to come back here. You know, it's Hill to be. We do want to get back and playing and all of that kind of stuff. But the other side of it is that Ilya does get to reconnect with the group, and as I said, working with Curtis Sanford too, you know, and working with, you know, higher caliber shooters and all these types of things in our practices, we think is important to help him get back on track.
You've got a couple guys in William and Morgan that have never been named to an all-star team. I know the focus is on the Leafs, but, you know, what do you think an individual acknowledgement would do for those guys who maybe have been shuffled down the ladder?
I think both guys have got great confidence, know who they are, and believe in themselves and all of that. So for them, I think I can't speak for them, you know, but from my perception of it, it hasn't affected them in the past. They've been great players in the past and have just been deserving, in my opinion, to have gone many times in the past, and hasn't seemed to have affected them. That said, you do want to see them get the recognition, particularly when it's in Toronto. I mean, these guys have been terrific players in the league for a long time. They're having terrific seasons, maybe the best they've had, certainly in Willie's case. So, you know, I'm not going to be surprised when there's far more Leafs representation, and be disappointed if there weren't.
Jones is new, obviously, to this team this year, but I'm wondering how much you feel his track record, what he's done in the league, been to a cup final, resonates with the group when he comes in.
Yeah, I think it's all those things are really important, all the things you just listed, and I think it just kind of makes up the player and the confidence that he would have no matter what the situation is, and I think the team feeds off of that. You know, it's a hard thing to really get your finger on. You know how one thing affects the other. You know, does the team playing really well help one certain player? Does one certain player help the team? You just don't know how all that goes. I just know that it's nice to have experience and the confidence and swagger that comes with it, especially when adversity hits.
Gio was saying that what's taken him by surprise is how well he plays the puck. What's the message from the coaches to the goalies about playing the puck? Is it about how much they feel comfortable doing it? Are there certain situations or rules around it? Or?
Well, it's generally, there are some very basic guidelines where you move the puck and how we move it and all of that, but you have to rely on goalies' instincts and first of all the read of how the puck leaves the opposition stick, how they dump it, when they dump it, reading the body language of that, and then knowing where the forecheckers are. For myself as a coach, I know that historically, I think for goalies, it's, you know, they rely on defensemen to talk to them and communicate with them on where to move the puck, and that certainly is important. Not unlike it would be for anybody on the ice communicating with their teammates to help out. But I believe when a goalie leaves his net to go play the puck, he's now a hockey player. He has to get his head up. He needs to read the play. He needs to make a decision. So whether his defenseman's calling for it or not, if he doesn't believe that that's the right play or the right read, he sees something different, he needs to he needs to execute that and make that play. And I think instinct is important. As I said, I think once you leave your net to go touch the puck, now you're a hockey player, and we now have 6. So when the goalie can make a good play and advance the puck, it can lead to us getting an advantage somewhere else on the ice.
You ever witness a goalie goal at any level?
I have not. No, not for or against. No.